Are you struggling to learn the combo lines for Morganite Stun? Don't worry, I got you. In this video, I'll be breaking down the super complicated in-depth guide on how to normal summon, set 4, and pass. Yeah, we're really out here cooking. If you're tired of watching 10-minute combo guides with 47 steps and 6 hand traps, well, today's your lucky day because this is the most intense, brain-melting combo guide for Morganite Stun. That's right, finally a combo guide for a deck that doesn't combo. Now, obviously I'm joking, this deck isn't exactly rocket science, but for real, Morganite Stun is super beginner friendly and perfect if you're new to Yu-Gi-Oh! Or you just want to make everyone at your locals absolutely hate you. If you're tired of the current meta, or just want to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And be able to turn your brain off, this is honestly one of the best beginner friendly and very budget decks. The deck shuts down meta decks, and the best part, you can build the whole thing for under $20. So let's just get straight into the deck profile, and then in the end I'll show you a quick combo guide on what the deck can do. So for the main deck, we're gonna have a bunch of normal summons. We have 2 Vanity's Fiend, Vanity's Ruler, Archlord Christia, and then 2 copies of Majesty's Fiend. I honestly would be running more Vanity's Ruler, but I couldn't find the other copies, so I made did with what I got. These cards are all super budget, extremely budget. As you can see, these cards would be perfect for a beginner because they're all one line. Vanity's Fiend states, cannot be special summoned, neither player can special summon monsters. So you normal summon him and your opponent is locked out of special summoning. Same thing with Vanity's Ruler, except he does have a higher attack. He has 2,500 attack, as opposed to Vanity's Fiend has 2,400. He also looks a lot cooler. This is one of my favorite artworks. I just love the green hair. It reminds me of Winda. But very similar, your opponent cannot special summon monsters, and again, a higher 2,500 attack. Then Majesty's Fiend is a skill drain, walk-in skill drain. This card states neither player can activate monster effects. So again, these cards are meant to lock out your opponent. And then Archlord Christia, even higher attack, 2,800. And then same thing, neither player can special summon monsters. And then normally you would have to tribute summon to get these monsters on the field. However, once we go into the Morganite aspect of the video, you'll see why we play so many of these cards. But again, these ratios are honestly interchangeable if you want to mix and match 3 of certain cards, whatever you guys want. So let's get straight into the Morganite stuff now. For the Morganite aspect, we have Morgana, 3 copies of her, 3 copies of Guilt Tripping, 3 copies of Succumbing Song Morganite, 1 copy of Time Turn Morganite. So this card allows you to normal summon twice every turn, which is why we run so many normal summons. Otherwise, you typically don't want to run more than 5 normal summons. Succumbing Song Morganite is your searcher. You can banish this card from your graveyard and add 1 Morganite card from your deck. So after using it, you pretty much use its graveyard effect to add any of your Morganite cards, which is why we only run 1 Time Turn Morganite. Because if you have the other copies, you can banish this from the graveyard and add this, or you can add the Morgana. And then if this card is normal summon or special summon, you're not ever gonna really do that, you can add 1 Morganite spell from your deck to your hand. So again, your searcher, this is your searcher. If you wanted, you can honestly run more, if you wanted more consistency, you can be running 3 copies or 1 to 3 copies of Foolish Burial Goods. That way you can send your Succumbing Song Morganite. Again, up to you guys on the ratios, but that is one of the cards I don't have in the deck that I would recommend is Foolish Burial Goods. Very budget card. It's like 25 cents on TCG Player. And then the other best card is Guilt Tripping Morganite. This is the reason why we have the monsters that typically require a tribute summon. You can normal summon level 5 or higher monsters without tributing. That's the main thing you're going to be doing. And then you do not pay life points to activate Spiral Trap cards. Again, so this is the most busted card in your deck. You always want to try and get this one out because again, being able to normal summon your Majesty's Fiend, Majesty's Ruler, and using cards like Solemn Judgment, Solemn Strike without paying life points, super busted. This is the reason why the card is so good. And obviously you have the 6 searchers. You could have 9 again if you are running Foolish Burial Goods, but in lieu of not running those cards, we have a bunch of draw cards and consistency cards. So we're running 1 Pot of Prosperity, 3 Pot of Extravagance, 3 Pot of Duality, 1 Card of Demise, and 1 Called by the Grave. Again, super powerful draw cards, Paw Duality, being able to look at the top 3 cards of your deck, being able to look at the top 6 cards, being able to draw 2, being able to set 4, normal summon, and then draw another 3 cards. And then Called by the Grave is just a very powerful going first card, going second as well. And just in case you are Ash Blossom or Effect Veiler, you have some form of defense. But again, very consistent. So if you did want to make the deck even more consistent, you could add 3 Foolish Burial Goods as well. Then going over the stun aspect even further, we have 1 copy of Skill Drain and 1 copy of There Can Be Only One. Again, we have so many draw cards and the ability to kind of dig into our deck. We only want to run 1 copy. You don't really want to have multiples. This card is super good because we have Fiend, we have Fairy cards, We have spellcasters. So we don't really care about the type. We never really have more than one. And if we do, we either don't see this card or we have this card as backup and we wait till they do something to our monsters that we flip this up. Skill Drain, obviously a super powerful card. If we can run it, why not? Then we have a bunch of trap cards. We have 3 Dogmatic of Punishment, 1 Solemn Judgment, unfortunately, 3 Solemn Warning, and then 3 Solemn Strikes. Again, we do not pay life points. Unfortunately, Solemn Judgment is limited to 1 now, so it does hurt the deck, but we replaced it with Dogmatic of Punishment. If you want to run Iron Thunder, I think that's what the card is called. I try to keep the deck as budget as possible, but that card would easily be able to replace Dogmatic of Punishment. I like Dogmatic of Punishment though because of the cards in our extra deck. Being able to get some form of consistency or draw power. Super powerful trap cards going first. This deck is really hard to beat. Now, one new addition, we have 3 copies of the Fallen and Virtuous. This card adds so much to the deck. It adds some form of recursion, which the deck doesn't really have. Most stun decks don't. It adds the ability to play around hand traps. If you want to summon your Morgana and then they try and hand trap it, you can destroy your Morgana and then you can go ahead and send your Albion, the Branded Dragon, from your extra deck to the graveyard. So you're able to dodge the hand trap. And then at the end phase, you can go ahead and trigger your Albion, the Branded Dragon, to set another copy of Fallen and Virtuous. And you pretty much get to do that every turn because we have 3 copies of this in the graveyard. So again, it gives the deck some form of recursion, and it also gives the deck some defense as it's able to dodge hand traps, and it's also one of our few going second cards because again, being able to pop any of our opponent's face-up cards, super powerful card. Honestly, I love this card in the deck. I feel like it does give it a layer of intricacy, honestly, that the deck didn't really have before. But again, 3 copies for a clean 40. Then, like I mentioned, we're running 3 copies of Albion, the Branded Dragon. You need to send one every time you activate the Fallen and Virtuous, and then it sets you another Fallen and Virtuous afterwards. So again, it works really well with the deck. Then the rest of the cards, very straightforward. Dogmatic of Punishment targets, 3 Outer Entity, 3 Grura. We have the Trial Brigade card, 1 Pegasus, Aggregator, 2 copies of Star Slayer. Just again, the deck doesn't really have too many going second cards. And then we have the Sky Blaster, just being able to pop any other cards that these cards wouldn't be able to pop. And again, we're running the pot cards, so you want to kind of max on your really good ones. Star Slayer for going second. Again, you can play around with the extra deck as well. If you want to add in Super Poly, you can do Super Poly targets. The deck has a lot of flexibility. So I'm gonna be going over a quick combo guide, just showing you how the deck functions. So this typical hand, we have some trap cards, our normal summons, and then one of our Morganite cards. So to start the combo, we're gonna go ahead and activate our Time Terran Morganite, which states draw 2 cards instead of 1 every turn after this turn. So every turn we're gonna be able to draw 2 cards, super powerful, and then you can conduct 2 normal summon sets per turn, not just 1. Also, we cannot utilize any hand traps or anything. We do not worry about that last effect though. So we're gonna go ahead and activate that. So now we get 2 normal summons, and then after this turn, we get to draw 2 cards every turn. So we're gonna go ahead, normal summon our Morgana. Morgana's gonna go ahead and activate. Then we're gonna go ahead and grab our guilt-tripping Morganite from our deck to our hand. And again, you can normal summon level 5 or higher monsters without tributing, and then you do not pay life points to activate Spire Trap cards. So again, we're gonna activate that. Then we can go ahead and do our second normal summon without tributing as well. So we're gonna go ahead and normal summon our Vanity's Ruler. Again, super powerful card. Our opponent now can't special summon monsters, and in order to be over this, they have to have something with 2500 or higher attack. So pretty cool. And then we have a 1500 attack. Then we go ahead and set our Skill Drain and our Solemn Judgment. So we have a negate anything, opponent can't special summon, opponent can't activate any monster effects, and that's pretty much it. Then on the next turn, we're gonna go ahead and draw 2 cards because of our Time Terran Morganite. So we're plussing, we're going off on our opponent, their opponent's still locked down, and again, what are they gonna do? How are they gonna break this board? Again, super beginner friendly as well. This is a deck you can give to someone that has no idea of what Yu-Gi-Oh is. They can read the cards and kind of learn it as they're playing. So I'm gonna go over another combo line for the deck. So now if our only starter is our guilt-tripping Morganite, we can go ahead and activate this. You can almost summon level 5 or higher monsters without tributing. You do not pay life points to activate trap or spell cards. So we go ahead and do that. You know, we're gonna switch out Vanity's Ruler. We're gonna get a little different this time. This time we're gonna use Vanity Screen as our normal summon, if that was the card we drew. So we're gonna go ahead and normal summon our Majesty's Fiend, So neither player can activate monster effects. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and normal summon that thanks to our guilt-tripping Morganite. Then we're gonna go ahead and set 3 cards, and that's it. So our opponent cannot activate monster effects. We set 3 cards, so Solemn Warning. If they have any Spire Trap card that includes an effect that special summons a monster, pay 2,000 life points. No, we don't do that. Thanks to our Yugioh Trippy Morganite, we do not pay the life points. We can just go ahead, counter trap card, negate that. Solemn Strike, counter trap card, Solemn Judgment, counter trap card. When a monster would be special summon or a monster effect is activated, we can go ahead and negate the summon and destroy the card. And by the way, Solemn Warning destroys it as well. Then when a monster would be summoned or a Spiral Trap card is activated, pay half your life points, negate the summon, and then destroy the card. Again, we do not pay any life points. Just in case you guys didn't get the combo line earlier, if we did have Morgana, we'd go ahead and normal summon it, activate its effect. Let's say our opponent had a effect failure or something, and we also had our Fallen and Virtuous in our hand. We'd be able to chain this because it is a quick play spell, pop our own Morgana, and then send our Albion the Branded Dragon to the graveyard. Then during the end phase, we can go ahead and set another Fallen and Virtuous thanks to our Albion. And then also our Morgana's effect would end up going through because there is nothing on the field to negate it because we popped it with our own card. So again, dodges hand traps, sets another one during the end phase, super powerful card. So that's pretty much it. If you guys want to see more combo lines, or if you guys want me to maybe go slower, explain it a little further. I know the lines can be a little intricate, a little complicated. Let me know, leave a comment, but I think that's all I got for you guys today. I'll catch you guys in the next video.